All right, I think that started. Hi, Dave. How you going?
Not too bad.
Good. So, hello to everyone out there. I've got Dave Machura with me from Mactec Electrical, electrical contractors, and we met at Toastmasters a couple of weeks ago. And we had a really great conversation in that quick, like 10-minute break in between speeches. We talked about all sorts of business type stuff because Dave's been running his business for 10 years, you said, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I've been a
Yeah.
Sparky for 20, but yeah, running Mactec for 10, the last 10.
Awesome.
Actually, our 10th year anniversary is this September, actually. So yeah.
Wow. Congratulations. That's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we talked about a whole bunch of stuff, but the one thing that I got in my mind that I wanted to talk with you about and I wanted to share with everyone was how you said you focus on one thing at a time and you get really good at that, and then like set up a system and things before you move on and concentrate on something else.
Yeah.
And I really liked that because it's kind of the opposite of what I do, what I know other people do as well, where they just try and start everything at once and then wonder why we feel overwhelmed.
Yeah, correct. Yep.
So I thought, can you share a bit about that? Like, why is that important for you?
Yeah, so obviously FOCUS is an acronym, for follow one course until successful.
Wait, I didn't know that. Say that again?
Oh, FOCUS is an acronym for follow one course until successful.
Wow, I love that. I'm so going to steal that and do a post. Follow one course until successful. Thanks.
No, it's a great little acronym, But as I was saying, so with regards to that, I was a little bit at the start. I think when you first start off, until you design all your processes or design the best way to for you to work, you are all over the place. You're all over the joint, trying to put on all the different hats of your business and that. But what I found now is you just put little time slots, you know what I mean, and just follow like one area till you've completed it 100%, because what you find is if you've got too much going on, you will never really dedicate to anything, and then you kind of like lose traction and you come back to it, and then it takes you twice as long or 10 times as long because you're going to get 100 different things. So it was like with the advertising for us now, that's why I brought it up. I'm just following one course of development right now till I've mastered it, till I can get it self-perpetuating, so it's automated, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's the part of the reason you join Toastmasters, isn't it? Because you're focusing on the public speaking and the pitching and being in front of people.
Correct, yeah. And that was like I did go to a pitch to a client, and then I get there and then I got a little bit overwhelmed because there's quite a few people in the room, and I'm like, wow, this is something I have to work on. So hence, coming down to Toastmasters. And I just love that business development side of learning new things and that, because we've been pretty lucky up until now that all of our work is through word of mouth, and we've never had to obviously go out of that box because of the environment the way it is and the climate in WA now, people aren't spending. So obviously, you have to grow, you know what I mean? So so that's where I'm at now anyway. But back to that focus thing, just for me, I just find it works well with me, you know what I mean? And the development of the business,
Yeah, that's really cool. So what happens if you don't focus on one thing at a time?
Things take you 10 times as longer. I have a mate that actually is a good example of not focusing. Like he'll be like, oh, let's do this, and no, let's do this, and let's do this. And I realized, wow, that's definitely a quick way not to get things done.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I call that shiny thing syndrome.
Yeah, or kid in the candy store.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so how do you choose what your thing to focus on is?
I make a list, especially in a day. This is what I do. I don't know if this can resonate with anyone, but I write down on a clean bit of paper for that day everything that I have to do that comes into my mind, or what I'll do at night, because my brain tends to go into overdrive, and I leave my iPad next to my bed, and then if I remember something that I got to do, I quickly write it down in the iPad, and then when I come in the morning, I just write down everything that I got to do that day, and then I'll list it. Okay, what do I have to do? Like it could be like say pay bills or whatever, and then obviously what's going to give me the best return on the investment for my time. So there's no point picking something on the list that is not really due now or needed, or it's not going to get you more work through the door, or if that's your goal, you know what I mean? So you just list it in that kind of way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. I love that. I used to do the same thing. I used to have a big list of everything I need to do and then prioritize it and write, 1 to 10 in order of the things I was going to do.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then you do it. But I'm notorious for like someone will call me and then I'll get distracted and go there. So, but I just keep going back to the list and keep going through, and then you feel good once you've achieved those goals and you've crossed them off. You know what I mean? And then anything you haven't done that day, that's perfect. You just write on the next day's list, ready to go.
Yeah, awesome, cool. Yeah, that's great. So there's always more to do in a day, isn't there, than we have time for.
Oh, that's it. Or you'd be in the Bahamas chilling out.
Yeah. I think some people feel like they have to do everything in the day that it comes in, and I think your approach is really good. You don't need to do it all on that same day.
No, you just got to do what's important that day, you know what I mean? And try and maximize, get the most out of your day. And obviously try and set up things in your business so you're not getting distracted every 5 seconds with calls or whatever, you know what I mean? So if you can get those systems in place, then...
That's really cool. What kind of systems do you have in place to keep you focused and not distracted?
I do power blocks, like say, hey, girls, like to my staff, I say, hey, I'm going into a meeting, and then I get no phone calls and stuff in that time, you know what I mean? So I can just power out, especially if it's important. I just give that time out to me. But I think the biggest thing is just make sure you delegate to your staff and make sure that they're doing the stuff and not coming to you for every little thing. You train them up properly so they don't have to come to you. Like you put procedures in place, like operating manuals, so they can refer to that instead of coming to you for every single question, you know what I mean? Especially when they're learning and stuff as well.
Absolutely, yeah. If you get the same question at least twice, then you need to create a system around it.
Correct.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that would even apply to people who are just starting out and haven't hired staff yet. If you can outsource the work you're doing, like if it's your website stuff or whatever, outsource whatever you can to free up your time to do what you're good at.
Yeah, 100%. Like things now are getting so much easier to outsource, just with the platforms like Fiverr and
Upwork.
Yeah, Upwork. There's Freelancer. There's like anything now. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's so easy, and the payment and at least they're good now because they're all rated. You know what I mean? So you're not going to get a dud. So now it's more better time than to shop around, especially when you're starting off and cash is tight. It's a very good idea to outsource.
Because you can outsource just a project, can't you, without having to hire someone?
Yeah, see, 1/10 of the price. You know what I mean? Yeah, of what people charge. Yeah. But you just, as I said, but as you grow, then you know what you can and can't outsource. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, great advice. All right. So, what do you love about running your business?
What do I love? The sleepless nights. No.
Hang on, I have another question about challenges. You can save that one for that.
Oh, okay. Yep. For me, I love, because I'm off the tools now and I'm into developing the processes and the business development side. That's what I love doing in my job right now. I love learning. I love investing in myself. I love reading. So for me to develop the business side of it and stuff like that, which is what I'm focused on. I love that because it's different, and I'm not out doing the same Sparky work that I've done for the last 20 years, but I'm learning new attributes, new skills. You know what I mean? That I can add to make it so much better.
That's awesome. Yeah. How long does it take you to get to this place where you're off the tools and you can focus on the business?
Oh, to be honest, it depends on the person. Like everyone goes. I don't think, like, when you ask that question, like how long, you could do it in 6 months if you wanted to, if you knew how, but everything comes to you at the time that you're ready to accept it or that you're ready to do it. Like you can get guys that have been on the tools for 30 years because they just don't know how to outsource, so they don't know how to develop business things because that's the way they are. So, but if someone had that entrepreneurial side, he wouldn't spend a day out on the tools because people can buy electrical contracting businesses from the get-go and never work on the tools. You know what I mean? If they got that business side, they can do it. You know what I mean? So it's like anything. It'll go as fast as you can go, and you'll get off the tools when you're ready to, not before or not after.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So you were ready to get off the tools when you did?
Yeah, because things got too busy, and then I was like the cushion, as in I'd have my van there, and then if we got really busy, I'd jump out. You know what I mean? And then so I haven't been on the tools for a while, but I've got my van there, sitting there in case things get busy and I need to get out and service the customer or
I think a lot of people get stuck in that transition phase where they're so busy, they've got so much work. How do they take time out to step away and hire someone and focus on the business? How did you do it?
Good question. I think, well, I'll give you a little bit of background and then I'll give you the lead up to that answer. Is to be honest, I just started working for myself because I worked for a couple of places. I actually was lucky enough to get a job at the zoo and doing electrical maintenance there, but obviously because it's government, the money wasn't that great, so I had to go into the private sector because the mining was on and everything. And I was working for a company, but now they're gone insolvent or they've wrapped it up, and I just thought, looking at them, just going, wow, I could do better than this. And that was a double-edged sword as well, because in doing that, I did create better processes in that, but then it wasn't as easy as I thought it was. It is quite difficult to start a company and stuff like that. And I just worked from my house in Maylands, a little 2-bedroom story apartment. Or townhouse, sorry, and then I got an apprentice, and then I got a tradie, and then another guy, and then we managed to get this contract, the solar contract, in 2008 when that first came in, and then that went boom, you know what I mean? So then it just had to really fall into the role. I got pushed off the tools because I had to manage the guys and make sure everything was going on, if that makes sense. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Roundabout.
So was it hard for you to make that decision to step away and put other people in charge?
No, but as I said, I kind of fell in, like it kind of got pushed back into it because I couldn't maintain the guys, and so I had to get off the tools. With the guys, with the hardest thing is I know how to relate to the tradies and to the apprentices and that, but then you get office staff in to help you out with the office work and that, and then to relate to them because you've never worked in that office environment was a bit of a game changer. I luckily had some great office staff over the time to help me with that change, you know what I mean? That it was good.
Yeah, cool, awesome. All right, so what's been your biggest challenge in your business so far?
The biggest challenge I think was like financially at the very start. When you first start a business, you don't have the contacts to know who to get to. And I got recommended a bookkeeper, and she ran up a 175k debt with the ATO by not lodging the BASs. And that took me a little while to pay the
Wow.
payment. So just going to get a drink, guys.
Wow, that's a big one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but lessons are learned. Yeah, you have to make sure that you monitor everything, or you're aware of everything, you know what I mean, that going on, because at the end of the day, even if you hire an accountant and you pay them as a professional that's got a law degree and everything, you're still responsible for your returns, even if they stuff up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you've always got to make sure that you're aware of everything and anything, you know what I mean? But that was just a mistake on my behalf.
I learned from it. Yeah, I do believe that as a business owner, you've got to know a little bit about a lot of things. So you've got to know enough to be able to outsource and know they're doing a good job.
You need to be aware of everything and how it works. You're not the specifics, but you do need to know, everything. Yeah.
Cool. So do you have your systems in place for dealing with your staff and overseeing what they're doing?
Yes, but it's constantly developing because things change, our processes change, or the way we do things change. So then, and then if you're growing as well, new roles get implemented, and then you've got to develop the processes in there to reflect that. You know what I mean? So it is a constant, change, so to speak.
Yeah. Okay. And what's next for you? What's your next challenge in business?
For me, the next challenge, as I said, what I'm working on now, I want to get it automated. The business development side, I want to get it automated more. The processes are automated, and that's what I'm really focused on now, to get up and running, and just practicing, obviously, my speeches and going out to clients, and getting them on board, and perfecting that. So that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I'm probably saying a lot now because of the Toastmasters. I'm aware of it.
Yeah, now that we're thinking about Toastmasters and speaking, you can go back after and check the recording and count your ums.
How many ums, But I like it. It's fun.
It's a fun challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Like going from a tradie that has known that his whole life to going in and giving speeches and developing that side of me. I enjoy the challenge. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, great. All right, cool. So I think we'll wrap up there. Dave, thank you so much. I absolutely love your focus acronym, follow one course until successful. So I'll definitely be using that.
Mm-hmm.
And if any of our viewers want to get in touch with you to ask more questions about, your business or how you did what you did or anything, can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, just drop me an email at dave@mactechelectrical.com.au, or
Cool.
just Google my website, like Google me Mactec Electrical, and then all my contact details are on the website.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll put a link at the bottom of the video so people can find that as well. Cool. Okay, so before we go, I would like you to share one bit of business or life advice that you think all of our viewers should take away today.
There's so much like little sayings that are out there that I probably use for different situations and that, but one that's probably not standing out, but is more relative to me right now is this saying. It's men do not attract what they want, but what they are. Yeah, it's a thing I live by. Like, if you're positive and you give more than you could ever receive, you'll get that back. You know what I mean? And and you will attract the good, the people that are like that resonate with you.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is you actually leave behind the people that aren't. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
kind of get crappy people out of your life and stuff. So yeah.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah. So we don't attract what we want, what we say we want. We attract what we are. So if we say we want something, we need to become the person worthy of that.
Correct.
Awesome. I love that. Thank you. Okay. All right. That's awesome. That's great advice. Thank you. And I trust this has been useful for everyone out there. And if you want to get in touch with Dave, I'll put the contact details below, and you feel free to carry on the conversation. So share your comments as well. Let us know how you focus and if you've heard that acronym before, and what you're focusing on in your business. So thanks so much, Dave. We'll chat to you later.
Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah.